The Mummy of 1999. Summary. In ancient Egypt, 3,000 years ago, Imhotep, the high priest of the dead, loves Anck-su-namun. Unfortunately, Anck-su-namun is also the pharaoh's lover, and when the pharaoh catches Anck-su-namun and Imhotep together in his lover's bedroom, Anck-su-namun kills him to allow Imhotep to escape. Although he is reluctant to leave Anck-su-namun to face death, Imhotep knows that he has the power to bring her back to life, using the Book of the Dead. He travels to Hamunaptra, the city of the dead, to perform the ceremony. But the Medjay, the pharaoh's soldiers, have followed him, and they stop Imhotep before he can bring Anck-su-namun back from the underworld. They cut out his eyes and mummify him half alive, half dead. To complete the job, they put on his face scarabs, the sacred beetles of the ancient Egyptians. Then they pledge to stay and guard the mummy forever, so that Imhotep cannot escape and turn the world into mummies. Thus the scene is set for a love story with a horrific backdrop. 3,000 years later, in 1925, Evelyn, a young British woman, and an expert on ancient Egypt, is working in Cairo Museum, when her brother Jonathan brings her a small box containing a map and key. They decide to pursue the search for the lost city of Hamunaptra. Meanwhile, the face of Imhotep appears to Rick O'Connell and Benny at Imhotep's tomb at Hamunaptra, after Benny goes into the tomb. Jonathan got the strange box from an American, Rick O'Connell, and before long the three adventurers have found the city. Many people go to Hamunaptra for different reasons. 3 American archaeologists are there with a group of diggers and a Hungarian guide, Benny. They soon discover that the Medjay are there too, led by Ardith Bey, to guard Imhotep. Between them, the searchers manage accidentally to release Imhotep from his half-life, along with his scarabs. Some of the Americans get killed by the scarabs, and it is when Evelyn and Rick find Imhotep's tomb and Evelyn reads from the Book of the Dead, that Imhotep starts to come back to life. Imhotep continues his age-old quest to bring his lover back from the dead and starts to kill people to get the body parts he needs. Then he takes Evelyn because he wants her heart for Anck-su-namun. Rick and Jonathan go back to Hamunaptra to try to find the Book of Amun-Ra. Jonathan gets some power over Imhotep by reading from the book. However, Imhotep calls mummies to help him. Anck-su-namun tries to kill Evelyn for her heart. Then Evelyn reads from the book and the god Anubis comes and changes Imhotep back into an ordinary man. Rick then kills Imhotep. Before he dies, Imhotep says this is not the end. During this time, Benny has been taking gold from the tomb. Evelyn said he would die for helping Imhotep, and the room collapses down on him. Ardith Bey thanks them all for stopping Imhotep, and Jonathan finds he has lots of gold in the bags on his horse. Evelyn and Rick seem to be in love, so, after all the horror, there is hope for the future. One love story has ended unhappily, but perhaps Evelyn has found her Imhotep in the American O'Connell.